Kelly's got rotten teeth.
Oh, my gosh. I've got so many rotten teeth. I was so embarrassed at the dentist yesterday. I'm one of those people that doesn't go as much as I should.
I don't either.
But I try and go at least once a year to get them cleaned, and every year he says...
How many?
Like 8 that are bad.
Do you brush your teeth?
Yeah. Oh, he said I had great hygiene.
Now, but listen, here's the thing. You told us that they're going to have to pull 4 of your teeth.
Yeah, he said 4 of them are so bad, they just got to yank them.
Yeah. Now, that is really bad. When they can't save the tooth, that's really bad.
But you haven't had any toothaches or anything.
Well, I've got 4 wisdom teeth coming in, and I've got a tooth back here that's broken in half that I broke in half a couple months ago, but it never hurt me, so I didn't go.
She's got 8 rotten teeth and 4 that they're just going to have to yank that can't be saved.
They cannot be saved. He took a little camera and stuck it in my mouth, and there's like because you can't see back there. Like, you shoot the camera up into the tooth, and it's just brown.
Now, how often do y'all, you say you don't go very often, and I don't either. I'm one of those people, and stupidly so, I go when I have a toothache. Now, I brush. I'm a good brusher, and I'm a gargler.
You don't floss, though.
I've never flossed once in my life.
Oh, gosh.
But,
Black Haven.
knock on wood, I don't have a lot lot of problems.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you're gonna take it up the molar one day. And no, you laugh now. You laugh now. But just like Kelly, you think there's no problem. You weren't having like pain or anything, were you?
No, and that's why it's so hard for me to go. If it's not broke, I won't go.
I won't either. How long had it been since you'd been to the dentist?
It's only been like about a year and a half, but last time I went, I was supposed to schedule this to get done, and I didn't.
That's me. Now, how often do they say you're supposed to go to the dentist?
Every 6 months, yeah.
Every 6 months? Well, there's no way. I couldn't do that. And I go when I have a pain, and I went through a cycle of going to the dentist with the root canals and all this crap, and they were going to build a bridge. Remember, they were going to do that, and they did.
It's a nice thing.
Yeah.
They're going to build a bridge.
That's part of what they do. And,
I love that.
And I went and I had a couple of root canals, which really weren't all that. You know, you hear, root canal. It's not that, it wasn't that big a deal to me. But then they were going to build a bridge and complete some big project, and it was an ongoing thing. I'd have to go week after week. This lasted for me about 4 weeks, and I thought, I had enough of this.
You just quit?
Quit. Never had. So I've got, like, I guess a partial bridge. It doesn't really connect it done, but I've never had a problem since then. And this was, years so ago. And I go probably every couple of years, but I have never flossed. I can't stand that feeling of that.
Yeah.
I hate it when the floss hits the gum.
I dig dentistry in the year 2002, though. It's way different now. And I'm telling you, we could line people up for hours that would come.
Yeah,
now
you like it when they put you to sleep. I won't let them put me to sleep.
Neither.
I won't let them do that.
Oh, it's lovely.
I won't let them do that.
It's wonderful.
I have been with you, though, when they put you to sleep, and I know how goofy you are when you start coming to. I don't want anybody to see me like that.
So you lay back in the chair, and I love it. The sweet nurse comes up. They stick something in you, and
this is not a pleasant thing to say, and I'm going to be as delicate and gentle in saying it as I can.
Please do.
I actually went one day because DC's wife Anna couldn't with DC several years ago when they had to put him to sleep to do the dentistry, and they put him to sleep, and I mean with like an IV drip thing, you know, painless dentistry, pain-free or whatever they call it.
Sleep dentistry, yeah.
Sleep dentistry. It's a new big thing.
It is. It's hot.
He had it done, and then they moved him to another little recovery room to kind of come wake up, come back to his senses. And not only was he talking stupid stuff at that point, but he what? He experienced.
He did not.
What? Guys sometimes. Yes, he did.
He did not.
And I thought this guy's more fond of dentistry than he ought to be.
He was not.
Yes, he was.
That is untrue.
Yes, he was.
Can women experience that?
I wouldn't think so.
Understand?
We don't have one.
No, I mean, well, not that. You know what I'm talking
Now, I
about.
stopped at a delicate point. If we could just leave it be.
Why would you do that to us? Listen.
But I'm telling you, he did, and I thought, I don't ever want to be in that situation and not be in control.
I woke up sounding like Anna Nicole Smith. I woke up, the first thing I said, what's you doing?
What's you doing? And then you called me Pookie Poo, and I knew you're under the influence of something I didn't want to be under the influence of. And because of that, honestly, I can't have the gas.
Well, I don't floss, and because of the floss, I just can't bring myself to do it. Because of that, when I get the cleaning, and I don't do it like I should, but I do it like once a year, I have to be gassed for the cleaning.
Which makes why though? Because you don't floss. When you don't floss, it makes it tough for your teeth to be clean and more painful.
But it makes the cleaning much more fun.
No. I got mine cleaned yesterday, and I am still in pain. And they had to scrape and like chunks.
See, I can't handle that. They have to gas me up.
I tell you what bothers me more about the dentist than anything. It's not the little shot they give you to numb you up or any of that. It's the sound of it. Yeah. Some dentists now let you wear headphones, and I've found that if I can put on headphones and don't have to listen to the drill, you know what? And I don't like the smell either, because you smell that like burning. You smell the sulfur, and then the sound. I hate that. Hate that. And I had a lot of dental work done as a kid, and I remember my dentist was Dr. Davis in Dothan, Alabama.
This is the only normal name we've heard out of your area today. I thought it was going to be Cooter Brown or something.
Dr. Otis Davis. Dr. Davis. And I can remember I wouldn't brush my teeth as a kid. And I was a dumb kid because my parents would say, it's time for bed. Have you brushed your teeth? And I'd lie and say, yeah. But then they'd go in the bathroom. I was too stupid to wet the toothbrush. And the toothbrush would be dry, and I'd be busted, and they'd stand there and watch me brush. So they took me to the dentist, and they made him sit me down and talk to me. And they said, Dr. Davis, tell him what's going to happen if he doesn't brush his teeth. And I guess I was about 8 years old. Dr. Davis said to me, DC, he said, son, you can't brush your teeth too much. And I said, I knew it. I knew it. And from then on, I'd throw that in their face.
You took that to mean,
you can't brush your teeth too much. And so I didn't want to, so I didn't. But later on in life, I started to appreciate why you have to brush, and I did. But I remember that dental experience, and I guess that's part of why I don't like to go now. I don't like to floss. I don't like.
I love it. I love it. The dentist.
You love the dentist.
I do because when you combine the gas, and then now they strap this thing. At least the one I go to, they strap this thing on your face, and you're watching movies.
Oh,
they now have these little and you pick the movie. Yeah,
you have a really good dentist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You must.
You get like 500 movie choices.
You don't get a pedicure.
Slap it in.
You wake up, your toenails are done. Fingernails are done.
But I also had a dentist tell me that brushing side to side, horrible thing to do.
Oh sure, up and down.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta go
I
up
didn't
and
know
down.
that.
Yeah.
I brush side to side every day.
8 cavities. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
4 that have to come out completely.
And what's even
They're
more,
not in the front, are they?
No, that's the thing is I'm going to end up looking like a rabbit because I just lost 2 of my back molars about 3 years ago that I had cavities so bad that they had. So now that's 6 teeth I'm not going to have.
You're going to end up toothless.
I'm going to look like a beaver with nothing but front teeth. I'm so scared.
I wish like a picket fence they would just skip every other tooth with you. Just take every other one out.
So when are you having them yanked?
Well, they said as soon as possible. They can only do 2 at a time. They said they don't want to do all 4.
No, have all 4 out. Yank them all out.
Yeah.
You'll never go back again.
All at once.
I would do them all. I did all 4 at once.
You did the same thing?
I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth out. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Well, I get
them all out.
I had them cut out. My wisdom teeth had to cut them out of the gums, which was a painful thing.
Bony impacted.
Is that as bad? I always heard how bad root canals were, and then I didn't think they were that big a deal.
You still have your wisdom teeth, don't you?
Yeah, and I was wondering, number one, if the wisdom teeth thing is as bad as you hear it is, and number two, because I'm old enough to remember they put you in the hospital to take your wisdom teeth out years ago.
Yeah.
But how many people are like myself and never lose their wisdom teeth?
Well, I would think that's a rare thing.
Is that rare?
Wouldn't that be a rare?
I just did a couple years ago.
Really?
I had to get mine out. Yeah.
Because I've never had one problem with wisdom teeth, and I would think if I was going to, I would have by now.
Well, I went for a standard cleaning, and my dentist looked in my mouth, and you never want to hear something like this while they're doing the cleaning. You never want to hear, "Oh my God."
Oh, no. No, you don't.
You don't want to hear that as he's leaned over you. He's leaning over you. He's got the light in your mouth, and then he calls other people over.
That's a precarious time to praise the Lord, though.
Yeah.
It was, and so I said, why would you say such a thing? Why would you do that? And he said, I can't believe you're not screaming in pain. And I said, why? And he said,
you said, okay.
He said, your wisdom teeth have to come out today. He said, I'm going to call for an emergency. You have to go over to this office and get them taken out today. Now, that day, if I remember correctly, I had them cut out. And when I woke up, the guy said, go home. And he said, do not do anything. He said, you're going to be tempted. You're going to feel, he said, because we have you on goofy medicine.
Were you impacted? Is that what it was? I mean, were you Were your teeth infected?
No, my bowels were moving fine.
You know what I mean? Sometimes if you're infected and impacted, they got to get it out of there. You know, people, you can die from that.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Infection. It goes to your brain.
That's what he said. That's why he said it's an emergency. We got to get care of it. But they cut him out, and he said, "No, don't do anything. Go home and don't do anything." Well, I thought, with the pain medicine and everything, no big deal. We had an Alan Jackson concert we were supposed to be at that night. We had tickets to it. I wasn't going to miss AJ. And I went out against doctor's order, stayed out for a little while that night. Worst 2 weeks after that I've ever had in my life.
Oh, man.
It's awful.
My father had all of his removed, and for 2 weeks, he couldn't correct us. He couldn't.
Great. That's how I'm going to sound.
It was a joyous 2 weeks because he couldn't yell at us.
Was he keeping the cotton in his mouth or something?
He had to keep them packed because they were bleeding and doing all those sorts of gross
Well,
things.
I still have mine, and at the ripe old age of where I am, I just think that I'll probably take them to my grave. I'll never have to lose my wisdom teeth. And I basically, I don't think I know anybody who at my age still has their wisdom teeth. I wonder how common that is.
Yeah, I'd like to see my doctor lean over you, though.
I tell you,
Yeah.
oh my God! I tell you, another thing I can't stand about the dentist too. It's not just the smell and the sound. It's when you first go in, they have to do an X-ray, and they make that cast of your teeth, and they put that plaster in it, and it's wet and gooey and sticky, and they say bite down, and then they have to pry it out,
and then they leave half of it hanging off your lip.
Yeah.
They did that to me yesterday, and I puked on the hygienist.
Oh.
Did you really?
And I puked all over the big fat X-ray heavy thing they put on.
And then they
you.
numb you up, and you have to lean up to spit in a little bowl, and it runs down your chin. I hate every aspect of it.
The worst thing, the only negative thing I think about the dentist is when they jam that X-ray unit in your mouth.
Yes.
And tell you to hold it. And
You have to bite down.
why does the X-ray technician have to go to Fresno to hit the button? Couldn't they do a remote? Isn't there a way?
Does she have it in her hand or his hand?
Why can't they put it in, click? They put it in, be back in 2 hours. He runs off.
Is that unit in Fresno? I wondered where that was.
And you're supposed to hold that thing in your mouth.
I hate that too. I can't even when you go to the basic doctor for like a throat problem and they do the tongue depressor and have to look. I'd rather be shot in the head. They can get that thing out of their pocket and come at me, and I'm like, just the thought of
Your
it.
gag reflex.
Sick.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Now we got some dental calls. Let's take Fred. His mom's dentist. Well, you won't believe what happened to his mom's dentist.
Hello, Fred.
What's up?
Hi. Tell us about Mother's dentist.
Well, he was a real good dentist. I mean, he had good manners. He was good with the kids, and we, he was our family dentist for about 15 years until we read in the Post-Dispatch one morning that he had been indicted on federal murder charges for planting car bombs.
Well, by God, when he tells you to floss, you better floss.
Yeah, I was wondering, were these patients that didn't quite...
Yeah.
Wasn't there a movie like that just recently? Robert Williams wasn't
Robin
that?
Williams?
Yeah, Robin Williams. Didn't he do
Well, no, his brother Robert Williams is who you're confusing.
I don't know.
Don't you remember this? He played a dentist and he was wacko, very dark.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. There you go. They look
I saw
alike to
that
me.
movie. Yeah, I saw that movie.
That's where Fred got it. Let's go to Jackie, who's having her teeth done right now, and we're not helping any.
Hello, Jackie. Good morning.
Hi. I just wanted to let you know, take good care of your teeth, because the worst thing to have is to pay $2,000 for a top partial and a bottom partial.
Now, that's false teeth, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, but they have like a bridge in between them, and they clip onto your real natural teeth.
They clip on? Like
Yeah,
sunglasses?
there's like little ones. No, not sunglasses. There's
Like those old ties we used to wear in the 80s, those clip-on ties,
Sure, why not?
And when are we going to have colored teeth like we do contact lenses now?
Oh, please.
Where we can wear our green teeth, and I see Hunky's wearing his today. We can wear our yellow teeth, our red teeth.
Hunky's got his bright yellow teeth on today.
I paint my black for Halloween.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I dress up as a witch.
That's where our problems are going.
But I'll tell you what's the real grossest thing to have done.
What?
Is to have the impressions made for those teeth.
I hate that.
It's like a big ball of clay in your mouth, and you're sitting there going, bleh.
Now, I got to ask you a question. So you have a partial upper and a partial lower. Mm-hmm. If in the front?
I have two in the front. If I take them out, I look like a little rabbit.
Are you married?
Mm-hmm.
Do you sleep with them in or out?
I sleep with them in.
in. So you can't sleep with your teeth in.
Yes.
Do you? I mean, do you care who sees you without your teeth? Because
Yes.
You do.
Do people still do what my grandfather used to do, where you keep them in the glass of water?
No.
The polydent or whatever it is.
People don't do that anymore. And then my grandmother would always make the mistake of waking up in the middle of the night, needing something to drink, and drinking his water.
I've heard of people with dogs coming in that would keep them in that glass of water, and I think that's an old thing. But I think older people do that or used to have to do that. I don't know what it's like now, but I've heard of people coming in and their dogs would have like knocked it over and gotten the teeth and be like chewing on their teeth.
Yeah.
That's always pleasant to wake up to. Well, they still run those commercials for Polydent where they show, somebody dropping it in and the specks coming off of
Efferdent? I think it's,
Efferdent.
yeah.
Just when you think you've heard it all, let's go to Tammy. Her friend had a bad dental experience.
Hello, Tammy. You're on the air. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. My friend has had the worst time with dentists. She went to this dentist, and he was huge, way overweight. And she said, you could hear him breathing. He's like, having a hard time breathing. She said she was laid back, had her mouth wide open, smelt something. He excused himself. He crapped his pants while working on his teeth. She said he walked out, and he could see it and smelt it. And she's like, no, he didn't. And he came back in, and his pants were still brown from the...
Now, Margie Ellis